Hello everybody, and my name is Ben Abercrombie. I'm the Director of Play-Card Environmental Education Center. On this little video, we're going to show you a couple of ways to show some abstract concepts to children that are very young. Children have a hard time using the abstract or seeing the abstract world, and sometimes we automatically go to video like we're doing now, or a digital device to be able to show these concepts. So there's some real world ways to show some abstract ideas. A couple of things that they need to see in the real world is showing them kinetic ways of learning about how the moon and the stars relate to one another. And one of the ways we do that is we do that through the power of the circle. And we talk about everything being in the shape of a circle, from the orbits of the moon and the stars and the planets to the shape of connected webs of life, to connected to the shape of any object out there. Even a drop of water, if you drip it off your finger, becomes a sphere before it hits the ground, because gravity acts on it on all sides. So just getting the little kids to learn in the shape of a circle, and remember that everything is in a circle. Another thing that they have a hard time with is conceptualizing full moon, new moon, quarter moons, things like that, phases of the moon. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll get a ball and we'll get a flashlight. And I'm going to show you how this works really quick. Let me get my materials real fast. All right, so what we've got here is we've got a ball, okay, and we've got, just take a flashlight, okay, take the sun. So this represents the photons of the sun, and here is our, we can use whatever you want. You can use a small piece of foam for the moon, you can make it white, whatever. This is just a ball I picked up, it's a kickball. What you do is you take the moon here, and you can make different patterns on it with the flashlight. So there you go. There would be there's a moon that's coming into first quarter as it waxes, and that goes into full moon. There's full moon, really bright all the way around. And as it wanes, it goes into last quarter moon. So it's a very interesting way of doing that, but it's more of a real world hybrid way of doing it instead of all digital with a video showing them the phases of the moon. And it's a little bit more kinetic learning. I also have the kids give you feedback in the real world by having them show you the circle, okay? And then ask them questions in real time. And then have a piece of paper here. Yeah, this is old school, but it works great. You can draw different things. You can draw the circle of the moon, which is the full moon. Ask them, ask little kids, which one is the full moon? You'd have one that would be all dark. You'd have one that would be all light. You could have one, just draw a circle here. So there's your full moon, okay? So you get that, ask them. The kids are going to know that's a full moon, all right, a lot of times. So you can ask them feedback on that. Then you can ask them, is this some people call a half moon or quarter moon? Yes or no. A lot of times that would be, of course, known as a half moon to a lot of people, but the correct term in science is actually called a quarter moon, because you see a quarter of the moon because of the ambient light position of the sun. All right, and then you could go over your different waxing or waning moons using just a magic marker and a piece of paper. That works out quite well. So you can use three-dimensional technology to show them in real-world things instead of just two-dimensional digital technology to teach them about that. It's kind of ironic because we're using digital technology to teach you this concept here. But in this new world that we're in, a lot of people in their house have got a flashlight. A lot of people in their house have got some type of ball. So anybody out there that has these real simple objects can very simply and easily go over and reinforce those concepts. But to transition that into digital technology, a lot of people also have a smartphone. And something you can do on your smartphone is you can actually download some apps that can help you. One of the apps that we have is called Skyview Lite, and we use it on our iPhone. We've got an iPhone here. The Android system also has what's called Google Sky Explorer, and they have a lot of ways of showing these concepts on the digital world as well. So as we're using kind of this hybrid real-world digital model, I was trying to show this so teachers get an idea. My wife is a kindergarten teacher. They're having a little hard time sometimes conceptualizing these phases of the moon, and that is just a quick and a simple way to do that for these kids. It kind of keeps them engaged, hands-on. Get them to give these symbols across, or give them thumbs up, okays. You can put what animals are out there at night. You can say an owl. Everybody do owl eyes. What's out there in the daytime? Well, maybe a turtle. They're out there sunning themselves. Okay, everybody, what's your favorite turtle? just anything that you can do to involve them into anything that you can preload their conceptualization of that particular topic is very important for a young person, because that's an abstract idea that's usually taught in an older grade, but now we're teaching it more and more into younger grades, and that is a way to kind of connect that into things that they've already built into what they already know. And the terminology for that in education terms is called schema. That's what they know in their original schema. So we put the term ball or sphere as the same thing, or circle, and they can get that at a very young elementary age, such as kindergarten. So for Forever Wild, this has been Abercrombie. This is how to go over the phases of the moon with young children. And of course, there's tons of great videos out there. But just use the real world to reinforce that digital media that we're teaching our kids with right now. So for Forever Wild, I'm Ben Abercrombie. Everybody stay forever wild. Enjoy your outdoors. Bye, everybody.